What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Cobra Kai Season 6, Episode number 5. This is the last episode of Part 1. We'll be ready for Part 2 when that drops. But one little thing that I kind of wanted to get off my chest, I guess. The past 2 episodes, I think, have been the most critical that I've been of this show since it started.
I think both of us.
And it kind of bugs me because I've gushed over this show and the creators of this show literally since I realized how awesome the show is.
I know.
And between like the introduction of this new Miyagi storyline, which watching the episode in the moment bugs me. We'll see how it plays out until I hold my final judgment for how it goes. And then I didn't love the way the final selection went for the Sekai Taikai group. And like, I know that this tournament is presented in a way that there's more than just fighting involved. But if you don't have your best fighters, that immediately puts you at a big disadvantage, I feel like.
Right.
And obviously, like, all the other competition elements of the tournament will be a big factor. But I feel like if you have your best fighter, like, if Kenny's in there, you could teach him how to, like, break boards or do kata or do any of the other, like, fancy competition elements that they're going to involve. I would want my best fighters first and foremost to be on the team, and then you could kind of go from there with the whole competition thing.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to cheat yourself into a win in the Sekai Taikai.
If you don't have the best fighter.
Right.
And
you just cheated your way onto the team. What are you going to do with it?
The most recent All Valley implemented some of these competition elements, so it's not like it would be completely foreign to those who competed in that. So like just the idea that like Kenny and Hawk aren't on this team, I think is going to hurt them. And I'm wondering what's going to happen with Devin, who kind of took Johnny's message in the wrong direction because he's talking about how fierce she is. There's no one more dangerous, this and that. And it led her to go cheat and put some laxative in Kenny's drink and made him shit himself and knocked him out of the competition, which again, I'm wondering if something's going to come out from that and if Devin's going to like own up to it, because Kenny immediately went to Anthony, thinks that Anthony's the one who did it. And it's like, Devin's like, why would you think that? Are you going to tell the senseis? And Kenny's like, no, they're not going to believe me anyways because it's his kid.
Right.
So I don't love the team personally. That's just my idea, especially after what we've seen with what Kreese might have in store for these folks.
Oh, God.
I just think Hawk, and it's been talked about a bunch in the comments, how they've nerfed him, basically. And I think he's their overall best fighter. I think when he's in that intense mode, he's like one of the top guys. Obviously, Robbie and Miguel are up there too. But Hawk I feel like he needs to be on that team. And I think Kenny's earned it too. So I don't know. Just the way the team was selected, we'll see how it goes. And what ultimately ends up being the final team, if this is actually it. I'm wondering if it's not going to be. Because again, Devin looked like she was feeling some guilt for what happened.
Everything that you just said, same. I feel the same.
Yeah, so we'll see where all that goes. And again, they're going to have their hands full with Cobra Kai. And because, again, Quan being the leader of that squad right now, like that dude is total badass. And he could probably do everything. Yeah. Fight and do all the other extra competitions that will entail this champion.
But does he have the heart?
He doesn't need to because he's going to rip out theirs.
Oh, got it.
He's not going to have heart. Like, this dude doesn't...
He's just going to take yours?
He's basically like the Mike Barnes of... Like the new version of Mike Barnes, where he's just attack, aggressive, bad boy, essentially.
Got it.
Speaking of Barnes, one thing I will continue to give props to this show and these creators, the way they bring back these legacy characters is always so well done. The moment Daniel's like, oh, we need an unbiased mindset, someone who doesn't know the kids, is like, yeah, go bring Mike Barnes back. And I love how angry he was. Yeah. He was like, you guys bringing all this karate back into my life and my store getting burned down. Man, I really unleashed some demons. Him and Johnny fought, which, amazing.
Glorious.
Just one of those things that you just never anticipate with watching this show, even though we've come to expect that kind of stuff now. But still, watching them fight, a friggin' saw gets turned on. You're like, oh my God, is someone going to get sliced up? Like, what is happening here? But obviously, Cobra Kai's not going to take it to that level. But
what if they did?
Right? Just the idea that you even introduced the idea, it's just fantastic.
Just like holding your head to the blade.
Right? And Johnny ends up winning that fight, which I don't think back in the day Johnny wins that fight. But again, Daniel with very little training defeated Johnny in a competition. So who knows? Maybe Johnny could
Anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, Barnes is a national champion versus Johnny being All Valley. But still, like
I love it.
watching them in their prime when they were younger would have been pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
But watching them fight as adults,
Even
just
better.
that little quick turn from Barnes being angry and aggressive and then realizing, like, man, I just needed to get that out of my system.
Just needed somebody to punch me in the face.
Basically. So the way they utilize and like reintroduce the legacy characters is always really fun, and
Yeah.
it's done very well.
Yeah.
So we have our team. Next steps, I assume, is getting to Barcelona and, you know, figuring things out. And then I think the big reveal that's still to come is when Kreese shows up with Cobra Kai, and I don't know if we're gonna get that this episode
gonna
or like
say.
if it's gonna be something for later.
Yeah.
But like when Daniel and Johnny actually see Kreese with Cobra Kai again, I wonder what that feeling is gonna be like, because it's gonna happen. It's amazing how a felon's able to travel the world, though.
Honestly. Yeah.
I mean, it's Cobra Kai. It's fine.
Maybe he's in a cargo plane.
How did he get from the States to Japan?
No.
Like, that's one of the big questions. But I mean,
A boat?
again, it's one of those things that you just kind of like, you brush it off. Like, this, whatever, it's fine.
He smuggled
But
his way onto a cargo ship.
how does he get to Europe then?
Cargo plane, cargo ship. I don't know. He just transformed himself into cargo.
Yeah, and he has to get to Europe now, so we'll see. But that's one of the things that's left hanging. And obviously, Daniel and this Miyagi stuff, is he going to start questioning things? Is he going to start doubting things? Where is this going to go with his mindset of what he found out about Mr. Miyagi? So I'm excited to see what this 5th episode is going to bring, and I can't wait to see what part 2 brings. So
Yeah.
you ready to check this out?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, since the spread has stopped and looks like it's regressing, I'm dropping your mother to 10 milligrams of tamoxifen twice a day and starting her on an 80 milligram IV of doxorubicin.
Are you sure she still needs all that?
She's headed in the right direction. You're doing a great job taking care of your mom, Tori. Keep it up.
Aww.
I feel like she needed that.
Yeah, girl. Keys and the knuckles.
You need to carry pepper spray around. Oh, what?
Glad to see you're still training.
How do you get there?
Aren't the police looking for you?
Oh, I'm not that easy to catch.
Apparently not. Shit.
How are you holding up?
Oh, so now you care? The last time I saw you, I needed your help, and you know what you said to me?
Best thing you can do right now is look after yourself.
I went back for you, and you left me to deal with Silver and his psycho bitch sidekick alone.
You have every right to be angry.
Yeah.
I know it seemed cold, but I was only trying to protect you.
That sounds like bullshit.
We have an opportunity to dominate.
There is no we.
Oh, I see now. You know, I never thought I'd see the day when the Queen Cobra would join the enemy. They'll invite you in, but you'll never belong there. When push comes to shove, they'll always figure out a reason to keep you second fiddle to LaRusso's kid.
I may not be calling the police, but if my sensei see you, they will.
Get him, Tori.
I am your sensei,
No.
and you are my champion.
I may be a champion, but I'm not yours.
Get it, girl. Look at her doing what's right. Well, I mean, minus the calling the cops thing. You should definitely call the cops.
I wasn't expecting that to be the debut of him presenting himself to anybody. Thought he was going to save it for the tournament.
Yeah.
Just happy that you're here.
No, this is all we have. Everyone else is worried about college. But for us, this is our last chance to win big.
You've already done something big. You won the All Valley.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Silver paid off the ref.
Well, it's still better than always coming in second.
This is bigger than the All Valley. It's gonna be televised all over the world. And if we win, that's all anyone's gonna remember.
Would be nice to stand on that podium side by side, the entire world to see. Let's make a deal. No matter what, we stick together.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sticking together promises. Tori doesn't flip, right?
Please don't.
It's time for us to name our male and female captains. The captains are not just the leaders of the team. They're the ones that will be fighting in the finals if we can make it that far.
Plus, they get to fight on live TV. And who knows what comes after that? Wheaties, boxes, chops, hockey flicks, CZ Top videos.
What? I'm so sorry. ZZ Top videos.
The captains will be in the spotlight. They need to represent the best that Miyagi Do has
It's going
to
to be
offer.
Miguel and Sam, and Robbie and Tori are going to get mad.
In 2 days, Sam will face Tori for the female captain spot.
Oh, they're
Robbie
fighting.
and Miguel will fight for male captain.
Now that we're on the same side, this is still the best way for us to see who's progressed the most.
It's time to train. You four, get inside. I'm gonna whip your butts into shape.
What now?
I thought I was supposed to train them today.
Ah, you go tomorrow. Got some moves I want to teach.
I mean, we gotta stay on the same page.
We are on the same page. Look, Miyagi Do. I even came up with my own kata.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Big circle. Breathe in. Elbow to the face. Punch in the throat.
Is he drinking beer? Fucking Johnny.
Oh,
Oh my god! Fucking Johnny, dude.
Hey, you stole my line.
That's my line. Are you?
Oh my god.
Kids don't speak English.
What the fuck?
They do speak karate. Kick higher and harder.
Oh my god, dude.
Soviet Union doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh my god. That is one hell of a way to use a pitching machine. You're gonna clean all that glass stuff, dude?
Focus, open your eyes. Watch closely. Watch closely. Here comes the good part right here. Hell yeah. Grab his nuts. Switch, switch, switch.
What's he showing that?
You believe in yourselves, you could be like Eric Roberts too.
Yes, Pickle.
Oh my god.
First, he goes behind my back with Barnes, and now he's shoehorning his old macho crap into the lessons. Took over the entire training session today.
Isn't that where we're heading? Johnny taking over once you step aside? Tournament was your karate swan song.
Okay, I remember. Ever since we found out there's only 6 slots and 2 captains, all his worst impulses are rushing back. Mr. Miyagi would not be happy with this version of Johnny as the face of his family's karate.
Maybe you're right, but how do you know? After what we learned about Mr. Miyagi, anything is possible.
I know who Mr. Miyagi was, and this is not what he would have wanted.
Okay, I need to rally you up.
You're about to rile me up too.
Same.
Because you found something from like 100 years ago doesn't mean he would embrace Johnny to be the face of Miyagi Do. Stop it.
Oh,
What is it? What's wrong? You okay?
yeah, she's kicking.
Damn, girl's got power.
Of course she
Bring it to the
does.
tournament.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong?
I got deferred.
What's deferred?
From Stanford, it means not yes.
Doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish.
Oh,
He was kind of preparing himself for this, though, wasn't he?
I think so.
Mom, I'm home. Dr. Judith lowered all your prescriptions. She said you're doing so much better.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Mom. Mom.
Oh, Tori.
Mom! Mom, wake up!
What?
Have you guys seen Tori? We're supposed to train at the park later.
No, but I thought you were coming to the dojo to train with us.
Oh, well, we figured since we're fighting each other, it would be best not to show each other our moves.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Going down this time, El Serpiente.
He's being playful, Miguel.
We're gonna train together, and so are we.
Dude, this is, I mean, I know it's serious, but also.
Put me on the test drive schedule? What the hell? Are you just gonna train the kids without me?
Kind of like how you trained him yesterday without me.
You're pissed Nichols kicked ass in my lesson and Sam didn't, so you're sidelining me to tip the scales.
Looks like we're gonna fly off the rails at any moment.
Tori, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
You said she was getting better.
Your mom had a pulmonary embolism. We had no idea she was developing a blood clot. And when it broke up...
You should have caught it!
You have every right to be upset. You're grieving. Just try to remember the last 5 years were a gift.
I have to go.
Is there anyone we can call?
There's no one.
I just want to give her a hug. I feel bad.
Shit, dude.
Handles pretty well. Give it some gas. Don't be a pussy.
Okay. Fucking Johnny, dude.
Are we allowed to go this fast? Test drive doesn't count. The question you should be asking yourself is, can I beat every other car on the road?
Oh my God, Johnny.
Son of a bitch.
Fucking dude. Oh no.
What the hell, man?
What are you doing here?
Basic training at the dojo, huh? You kept me at work to get me out of the way.
That was not the intent.
Save it, all right? Some partnership.
Listen, I don't have to defend how I train these kids. I'm reviewing kata. Who's that?
Ah, hell.
My test drive.
Johnny, that is beyond unprofessional. Please go back to the car.
But you finish the test drive, and I'll train the kids.
Take him back. Now.
Oh boy.
I'm leaving LaRussa Water to start my own dealership.
Oh my God.
Walk away right now. No questions asked. Who's with me?
Oh my God.
Okay, Jerry Maguire.
Yes.
Ready to join Team Lawrence?
Bro, I would, but it's family. I got a good thing going here.
Come on, let's go.
Grab a bunch of cars from the trade-in lot. Meet me at Art's Deli to discuss your future.
What the actual?
Fucking Johnny, dude.
What happened?
Why don't you ask Daniel?
I'm asking you, because you're the one pulling the dime store Jerry Maguire.
He's pushing me out of the way.
I'm sure he's not pushing you out of the way. Daniel he hasn't been himself lately. He's been going through something.
Wow, you're finally leaving him, huh?
Oh my God.
Gonna shit when he finds out you're working for me and Louis.
I'm not leaving him. And you're not quitting, but you are acting like an idiot. Give Daniel some grace. He found this old box of Mr. Miyagi's, and it just brought up a lot of difficult emotions for him.
What was in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Second place. Second place. Second place. Second place.
Oh, you're still training?
Yeah. What about you? Get some work in?
A little. Look, Robbie, I just wanted to say that no matter what happens on that mat, I don't have any beef with you, okay? I just really need this.
I don't.
I'm thinking about Stanford. You know, they look at my application again, and this could be really life-changing for me.
So because I'm not going to college, my life isn't worth changing.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Yeah, things are getting very
Uncomfy.
yeah, just everyone's on edge now.
Tori. What are you drawing, sweetie? Wow. Is that a queen and her princess?
Mommy, princess.
Oh. And who is this?
The prince. He's gonna fight anyone who tries to hurt them.
Why do they need a prince to fight for them? How about the queen and the mermaid princess learn to fight for themselves?
They don't know how.
Maybe they can learn. Life dealt us a bad hand. We can change that because we're fighters now.
This is so sad.
Honestly, I'm struggling here.
Until we learn how, this magic jewel will protect you.
You're a pretty amazing little girl, and Mommy loves you so much.
They're only little for so few moments.
Damn it. I'm very concerned for her now.
Yeah.
At the dojo, you two are supposed to be partners. Far be it from me to tell you anything about Mr. Miyagi's karate. If there is one word that I've heard a lot, it is balance. And it seems like ever since you opened that box, you have been off balance.
It's true.
It's hard enough not having Mr. Miyagi in my life anymore. The thing that bothers me now is knowing there was a part of his life that I didn't know, or that he was keeping from me. Scary feeling deep down in my heart that there's a reason why, and I'm afraid to know what that is.
Stop worrying about the past and focus on the present. Your students need you and Johnny.
Amanda with the Words of wisdom.
About yesterday.
It's fine. I get it. You're the boss. And I know you've been doing some shit too.
No, it's not fine. Okay, I may be your boss at the dealership, but I am your partner in karate. So I was thinking, what if I refereed Robbie and Miguel, keep you out of the middle of your boys, and you ref Sam and Tori?
Sounds fair.
Prediction?
Shit.
I think Robbie gets it.
And then Miguel needs to learn a life lesson on you're not the most important.
Or it just puts Robbie into second place again and he freaks out.
Music is fantastic. Who are you rooting for?
Robbie.
Same.
He needs it more.
I think he does.
But I want to say Miguel would be a better would be a better representative as team leader, but I want to see something positive happen for Robbie.
I know. I hope he doesn't turn heel again.
That's where I think it goes if he loses. Oh shit.
Tori, you okay?
Yeah. Just ready to fight.
Holy shit.
He feels more centered now that Tori's there.
Balance. Oh shit.
Ooh. You're really getting into it.
This is definitely gonna hurt their relationship.
Ooh, in the face!
No matter what happens, everything's gonna be okay.
No, I need this.
This is intense.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, blocks.
Oof.
Holy shit.
No hard feelings?
Nah, man.
Can we please have actual no
Captain.
hard feelings, though?
Robbie King.
I think Robbie's gonna do a great job in that role.
I'm worried about Tori, though. And now I'm worried about Sam, too.
I'm worried about Miguel. He's questioning himself now. I'm worried that Tori's gonna be really aggressive right now and possibly hurt Sam.
May the best woman win.
The fist.
Life dealt us a bad hand.
Tori.
Because we're fighters now.
Or Tori's going to be overly aggressive and it's going to open herself up to
Yeah.
Miyagi Do defensive style. Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's a little overkill. That should be no point.
Yeah, I'm handling.
I'm fine.
That's a warning. Next one's a deduction.
I'm real upset.
Ooh, they fucking growled. Did you hear that sound effect?
Damn, those are awesome moves. Whoa, 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 whoa!
fight's over.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's not fair. There could have been a point.
What the hell are you doing, man? I'm the ref.
Come on, off the deck. Let's go.
Don't tell them what to do. I'm their sensei, too.
Well, then end the fight.
Why?
Because my mother died.
Tori, I'm so sorry for your loss, but we can't continue this fight.
I have to fight now.
I want to fight too, but this is not right.
It's not up to us. Nichols wants to fight, then she should fight.
You do not understand. None of you understand. My mom, she would have wanted this. If I don't fight, I have to do this for her. Robbie, no.
Just breathe.
I know what you're feeling.
No, you just don't want me to beat your daughter. You're gonna choose her over me.
No, it's not that.
Hey, we're not taking sides.
You sure about that?
Fuck.
Johnny, dude.
You want this fight to be over? Fine. It's over.
Tori, where are you going?
I'm done.
Oh, God.
Great work, Russo. You just lost one of our best fighters.
Why the hell didn't you back me up?
Because she wanted to fight!
Our mother just died. What's the matter with you?
She was working through it! When my mom died, all I wanted to do was get on the mat for 3 rounds. It would have helped me then and would have helped her now.
It's not the Miyagi Do way.
I'm so sick of hearing that name. You act so high and mighty like Miyagi was some perfect angel, but he wasn't. I heard about his dirty little box of secrets. Mr. Miyagi was a liar and a thief.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna coach a tournament with you for the kids. Not for you, not for this dojo, for them. Once we win, you and I are done. For good.
Holy shit.
Since Tori won't be going with us, we've decided Hawk will take her spot.
You 6 will be fighting for Miyagi Do. It will be the toughest challenge you've faced yet. And to win, we're all gonna need to be there for each other.
Tori's definitely going to Kreese.
Oh, I'm sure.
Captain, step forward.
Chris, bring up the official Sakai Tekai captain headbands.
It's pretty dope.
Dad, what's wrong?
What? What?
Mr. Miyagi fought in the Sakai Taikai.
What?
How long is this episode? Okay, we're in Spain. We have a time jump because Robbie's hair is longer.
What is this gonna... This is where they see Kreese, so it's gonna happen in this episode. And Tori's gonna come out with him.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Holy shit. They only brought 3?
It is.
Oh,
yeah,
there's...
there it is.
Let the games begin.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Wow, dude.
That escalated quickly.
What an episode. The amount of just drama and tension and emotion was
I wasn't expecting to cry at a Cobra Kai episode. I gotta tell you that.
That shit was. I mean, I've been on the verge before with Cobra Kai.
No, but this is why your
talks
mom
about Miyagi. When Daniel went and visited his grave for the first time in the show, that got me pretty good.
I mean, anytime they have like a flashback of him, and I get emotional. But just come on, man, it's your mom. Your mom.
Getting that flashback with Tori as a little baby. And just hearing her mom talk about how things are going and it's time for us to be a fighter. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know how to handle what happened in the captain fight.
Do you let her continue and work through what she... I don't think that's a... I don't know. I mean, it could be therapy.
I mean, Johnny...
Distraction, you know?
The fact that Johnny has been through it, again, like, it all comes down to, like, take a breath and let's talk. If it has to happen in front of the kids, it happens in front of the kids. Like, or just send the kid, like, take one of the other adults and be like, take the kids to the front or something. Like, get them out of there so that you could talk about it on the spot. Just the way... And the fact that it's LaRusso, like... Their kid, obviously, like, even Kenny, like, I don't know where Kenny is, but even, like, with him being like, they're not going to believe me because it's Anthony.
Yeah.
The fact that it's Sam, Tori felt abandoned in that moment when, in reality, like, they were trying to help and support her. They weren't giving the captain away in that moment.
No.
But that's what Tori felt like was being torn away from her.
Well, and it's like
which makes sense.
Everybody's always like against her. You know, it's hard for her to just like, oh, okay, it's better now.
Yeah.
I should just let people in.
That's just...
When you're constantly reminded that you're alone, you're doing this alone, and you have to fight your way out of everything.
Right. And just the idea that, I mean... coming right off of the passing of her mother and the grieving and the like finding the little bottle cap and just the memory that she was feeling, and then the instant just need to go do this because, and you see this a lot in sports to where an athlete will suffer a loss, but you still see them show up the next day to play. Because the mindset is always, they would want me to do this. They wouldn't want me to be sad and upset for them. They want me to be with my team, competing, doing what makes me happy. And so, like, you see that a lot in athletics and sports all over, like, forever. And Tori, in that moment, needed that in herself, in her mind, in her heart. She needed the idea of this competition, winning, being the captain. And her behaving that way makes 1,000,000% sense.
Yes.
It totally makes sense. Like, I wouldn't have expected her to react any other way to that.
No,
and
she shoves it down, deep down, puts a brick on top of it, and keeps shoving it down.
Doesn't tell anyone
until it
what's
doesn't
going
move,
on.
and then she, comes to like a.
Yeah.
But she's in the process of still shoving it down.
So,
God,
like, I get it, and it is crushing that she felt the need to go to Kreese instead of talking to Daniel or Johnny about it and just immediately abandoning them. I get it. And the fact that they showed us Kreese at the very beginning, you kind of could feel that that's the direction. Somehow, some way, like, Tori was going to lead down this road back to Cobra Kai. And I don't know, we'll see where it goes. It still puts the promise that Tori and Robbie had together of being up there together. I mean, I don't think she's going to be a captain for Cobra, unless maybe it's her and Quan.
Maybe.
But I don't know. They only have 4.
Yeah.
Is Kenny gonna join them too?
Oh.
Is he gonna abandon them and, like, I don't know. He was a silver kid.
Yeah.
He wasn't a Kreese kid. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Kenny, but we'll see where that goes. But one thing, gotta talk about it. More Miyagi stuff this episode.
Yeah, I need
more
help with
Miyagi stuff that I don't love. And we talked about it a bunch in the comments, and I've shared my thoughts about it. The idea of this Miyagi is perfect storyline, like, I'm going to hold final thoughts once it's all revealed and this is all over. I don't love the idea of even having that storyline. Yeah. I understand that Daniel is a very emotional, impulsive dude. He's always been that way from the moment we met him. Getting into a friggin' fight on the beach with people that you don't even know over a situation that has nothing to do with you. Like, I get that's who he's always been. But the idea that, like, Miyagi, like, the storyline, like, it's one thing to idolize a mentor.
Yeah.
It's another thing than to put them up on this impossible pedestal that just isn't real. And again, like, I know that's Daniel's trait. Like, it makes sense for him to think that way.
I know, I get it.
But we've heard from his family, I feel like almost more than Daniel because Daniel talks about Miyagi all the time.
Yeah.
But like we've heard from his wife and kids, oh, Miyagi's this perfect dude. Like, he's perfect. Like, that's the thing that, like, the necessity of that storyline being in this is where So a comparison that I came up with between episodes or whatever is, it's going to be Star Wars, so I'm going to apologize right up front. It's this, I compared Miyagi to almost Yoda, to where I don't need a shit ton of backstory on Yoda. I don't need to know what his species is. I don't need, like, in this case, with Yoda and with Miyagi, I feel like less is more.
Yeah.
Like, having some mystery to the character builds the character. And again, I understand this whole nobody is perfect storyline. I get all that. And just, I don't love that it's happening now.
I know.
That's the thing. And even just inserting this Mr. Perfect storyline with Miyagi, like, and I mean, look, we've seen him deal with adversity, and we know that he didn't have a perfect life.
Right.
And we know he wasn't a perfect dude. Even the first time he ever meets Daniel, he's kind of a dick to him. Like, the very first time that he kind of just walks into his shop and he needs some plumbing repair done, he kind of just blows him off. So he wasn't like this super nice, oh, come here, like, give me a hug type of dude right away. It took time to build that as he learned who Daniel was and saw the situation that Daniel was dealing with. And I mean, one of the funny comments that I had a discussion with was, like, on the surface, without context, like, Miyagi beat up a bunch of kids.
True.
And it's like, yes.
Good point.
Without context, yes. But not one person ever in the world, whether you know who Miyagi is, you know what karate is, you know anything about fighting, would walk into that situation and be like, Miyagi beat up these kids. He, like, subdued them.
Yeah.
He stopped them from beating up Daniel, and, like, just enough for them to stop so that he could get Daniel out of there. But it's like, yeah, he gave Daniel alcohol when he was mourning the loss of his family. He gave him a drink.
Yeah.
So it's like
he involved him in way more adult conversations than he ever needed to be.
He gave him a car before he even really knew how to drive. Like, even though he got his license, he's just like, hey, here's this really amazing throwback vehicle. Here, just take it. So, like, yeah, like, Miyagi obviously had his flaws. But the interesting thing, and this popped into my head, this idea that he was a captain in the Sekai Taikai and there's blood on his headband, it takes me back to Karate Kid 1, where Daniel is, first of all, Miyagi also stole some dude's black belt and gave it to...
That's also true.
So, like...
In order to get Daniel into
which
yeah,
is
he's
so,
got a black belt.
That shit was so funny.
Like, you don't notice, and then you go back and you watch it, and you're like, that fucker, he stole out of that guy's back.
It's actually one of those things that I didn't notice until later.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, Miyagi just jacked that dude's black belt. Like, that shit was funny. But, I mean, he stole. So as they're walking on the floor, Daniel's like, all right, so what's the rules? Miyagi responds with, like, I don't know. I fought for life, not for points. But you did fight for points. Unless the Sekai Taikai is to the death, which I don't think it is. I don't think you're going to bring...
maybe it used to be.
Maybe it used to be. But, like, I mean, Barnes did say people have died. So maybe back then it was literally blood sport and people died. I mean, he had blood on his headband. So maybe that was the rules back then. I'm just like, you're sending kids into a 2-death competition? That's fucking crazy. So, again, I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out final judgment.
Oh, my gosh.
But it's like that line in Karate Kid 1 is now going to have to be kind of like...
Explained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Miyagi was playing dumb about I've never done competition before. I don't like I fought for life, not for points. Felt like that was a long time coming. But it also, so here's another thing from Karate Kid 3 that makes a lot of sense now.
What do you got?
If something really crazy happened with Miyagi in the Sekai Taikai, if it was to the death back then and he killed people in this tournament, it would make sense in Karate Kid 3 why he'd be... For Karate Kid 1, It was an easy solution to stop him from getting bullied. Karate Kid 3, it was nothing more than I need to defend my crown. The point of it is just different.
Okay.
So in 3, he was completely against Daniel doing it to the point where he friggin' disowned him. He's like, I'm not training you. I'm not going to do it. You're not going back into this competition.
You got the wrong mindset.
Literally pushes Daniel to Cobra Kai, and he learns and meets Silver and goes through that whole situation. And that's one of the reasons why I love 3 so much is the relationship with Miyagi and Daniel becomes like splintered. And then it takes some pretty incredible moments to bring them back together. And one of my favorite moments, I'm getting chills talking about it now. One of my favorite moments of all the Karate Kid moments was when he looked at Miyagi, was like, will you train me now? And like chills, like goosebumps. I just, that type of moment is just so good. But it, again, the reason why is because Daniel was in a very important position that needed help. It wasn't just, I'm going to go defend my crown in All
just
Valley.
for funsies, yeah.
So it would make sense if Miyagi had a traumatic experience in the Sekai Taikai, because he had the headband, which tells you that he was a captain. So I don't know if he won it, but he competed in it. And that could be why he basically held out any information about competition. That would make sense.
Interesting.
So
I never pieced any of this together. I am just the casual fan.
I'm wondering
but
if
I love the nostalgia, but also I'm just not a fan of this. Like, I understand no one is perfect. Why are we bringing this up now?
Yeah, that's one of my main.
That's why I'm like,
that's
I'm
like
on
the
the
core
same
of
page
my.
with you.
Yeah, that's like the core of my.
Why do we need to rip down an icon?
In order to, like, you're gonna build them back up, I assume.
You better.
Like, I mean, there's
better.
There's 100% going to be an explanation that Miyagi did something noble to protect somebody, something.
Absolutely.
So
that would make sense.
It's going to be a situation tied to something from his past, whether it's his kids or coming back from the war or something about that.
But also, I don't know everything about any one person except, well, my kids.
Yeah.
They go off and do stuff with their friends. If they don't tell me about it, guess what? Mommy don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we both
also,
have lives.
you better not be doing stuff that I don't know about. I'm just
If you're
saying.
watching this.
Years
I mean,
from now,
we've
you
both
better
had,
tell me.
We both had lives before we met each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I don't want to know, and I'm not
It's a
going to tell.
situation where I guess it makes sense that, like, again, it fits Daniel's character traits and his personality to be upset and offended at the idea that Miyagi didn't tell him literally everything about his life.
That's not something that you should
Dude,
put on somebody.
He was old as hell when you met him and lived
a life.
lived a massive life.
Many lives.
Yeah.
But
and went through it.
Yeah, to think that you're owed that or entitled to that.
That's tough.
So sorry. No, you're not.
Right.
So sorry.
So again, I'm going to hold final judgment for everything, but him competing in the Sekai Taikai with blood on his headband and him having this anti-tournament thing makes sense.
Yeah.
That aspect of it is going to be interesting, but I'm wondering if they're representing Miyagi Do is going to be like a blast from the past situation where it's like, oh, I remember when Miyagi competed and won or lost or this happened, that happened. Like, I'm wondering.
Killed the guy.
Right. Or multiple, depending on how many people you have to kill to win. But like, I'm wondering if that is more information that's in the scrolls or in the, because there were like 3 scrolls in that box that looked like it had some friggin' magic information
And
in
they
there.
didn't open those.
They did not open them as far as we know. So again, holding out final judgment. We've still got 2 parts. I think 10 more episodes. I think it's 5 and 5. So I think it's 15 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of story that's left to be told, and I'm here for it. I thought that finale of part 1 was incredible. Just the tension and the emotion
That's
was
a
so
little
good.
rushed there at the end. They're like, stick this in real quick. This is what's happening.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was rushed.
Oh.
I felt like
I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that like everything else turns out right, but it just felt like
let the games begin.
the time jump. I'm not that it was that significant of a time jump, it just probably like a week. I don't know. She was able to join Kreese so immediately.
I think she went straight to him.
Right.
And then was
so
like, all
hopefully
right.
we get some of that info
Yeah.
with the next episode.
Yeah, I'm sure that all that information will, because I'm sure Robbie's going to go talk to her and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And she'll explain why.
Or they don't talk to each other at all and it just happens.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I thought that was an amazing ending to this first part. And it's just unfortunate we got to wait now for part 2 because that was one of those hangers where I'm like, ooh, I want to watch the next one now. But it's the way it goes. So,
Yep.
Anything else?
No.
All right, y'all. You guys share all your thoughts. Leave your comments. Have a discussion about Miyagi. I love the conversation. And now that we're all caught up, I could dive all into all the comments. So,
And be respectful.
Of course, always. Everyone's opinion is valid, regardless if you like it or don't like it. So, but if you're being a jerk, you're gonna get booted. So just keep that in mind.
Keep it constructive.
So yeah, leave all those thoughts, have those discussions, and we'll see you later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.